Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. This is Dr. O again. Welcome back. I hope you've had a great day. And I want to emphasize that as I go through and share some videos with you, during these videos, I'm going to share some personal experiences. And the purpose for sharing these experiences is to emphasize a point or bring light to a subject or topic. And it's not to bring attention to myself, not at all. This is not about me, but essentially about the message I'm trying to share. And one experience I'm going to share with you is I've had the opportunity to go to Kenya several times over the last 3 or 4 years. I go to Kenya maybe once or twice a year. And the first time I went to Nairobi, I had the chance of speaking at a university up in Meru, which is about 4 hours north of Nairobi. But also I had the chance of visiting an orphanage in Nairobi, in a section of Nairobi called Kasarani. Kasarani, per American standards, is a very, very poor section of Nairobi, very poor. And on that specific day, we hired a driver and they drove us up to the orphanage. It took about 45 minutes. We drove through several neighborhoods of unpaved roads, and the housing and the streets, basically extreme poverty. And we arrived at the orphanage, and as we arrived at the orphanage, many of the children came out. They were greeting us, they were hugging us, they were also singing. And there were two sections to the orphanage. One was a large aluminum shed or an aluminum building, not an aluminum building that you may consider an aluminum building. It was just a building as a shed. Also, there was a 4-bedroom house where the 45 children of the orphanage slept. I also had a chance to look at the house, and you can imagine a 4-bedroom house for 45 children. But once in the shed, I walked around and I met a lot of the kids. Many kids came up to me. But it was one boy in particular that I will never forget. He was about 4 or 5 years old. He wasn't wearing any shoes. He was standing barefoot on the dusty floor, and he was wearing blue shorts and a very worn red T-shirt. And he was standing in the far corner of the shed. He would not approach me. But as I walked around in the building, I noticed that he kept staring at me. He would not stop looking at me. His big brown eyes kept following my every move, but he would not come up to me. But after all the kids had come up to me, one of the older kids brought him up to me. And at first, he looked at me with hesitation. He wouldn't shake my hand, but after a while, he started to reach out his little hand as to touch my forearm. And as he was doing that, the director of the orphanage came up to me and she said, "You know, Jonas, some of our kids have never seen a white person before. He probably just realized that you are as human as he is, but of a different color." And I've noticed that since I've been in Kenya several times, in Nairobi and even out in rural Kenya, some Kenyans have never seen a white person before. And a white person in Kenya is called Mzungu. Mzungu. So this young boy had never seen a white person. And as he touched my arm, I picked him up and I gave him a big hug. He tried to put his little finger in my eyes. I guess he had never seen blue eyes either. So he was fairly perplexed seeing a white person with blue eyes. But I want to recognize that this young boy's reality changed just in a few minutes. He had never seen a person of a different color before. He had been around the kids in the orphanage, and he only had seen black people before. So to him, seeing a person of a different color and realizing that I am or was as human as he is, that changed his reality. And I think we have lost a sense of recognizing the humanity in each other in the United States. And this may be based on race, it may be based on heritage, it may be based on political affiliation. And I want to share and emphasize this positive message that we share a basic humanity. We need to recognize the humanity in each other. I'm a dad, I'm a son, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather. I'm not very different from anyone else in the United States. We simply try to live our lives every day. We try to be happy. We want to be successful at what we do, at our jobs, our schools. We want our families to be happy. But because we are so divided, we don't recognize and embrace the basic humanity in each other. So tomorrow, when you're out and about, as always, we need to stay positive and we have a sense of hope. We need to simply recognize and embrace the humanity in each other. And please take this story of the young orphan with you. Please remember his reality. And we can have this reality in the United States by simply embracing the humanity in each other. Thank you for taking the time. Have a great day, and always stay positive. Have a great day.